Hey everyone, it's Wednesday! So the topic this week is why do you think theater still exists, and what is your most memorable theatrical experience? So we talked a lot about why theater is still around, why we keep bringing it back in theater history. So we've had a lot of discussion on that in class last year, and really my opinion on it at this point is theater is something that everyone can do, something everyone does. It started from ritual, and we all have our own rituals that we do every day, like how we wake up in the morning. You know, do you hit your alarm 6,000 times before you actually get up out of bed? That's a ritual. Where you sit in the lunchroom. I personally know that when we sit in the lunchroom, it doesn't matter what table we're at, I always have to face the entryway, or I'll feel like people are sneaking up on me, and it's something that I have to do. When I walk down the street, I have to be to the person's left side. It's just, if I'm not there, it feels weird. So I have my own rituals. I'm sure everyone else has their own rituals. Everyone has rituals. And that's how theater was born. People, having rituals, things they do for certain occasions to celebrate things. Birthday parties. It's a ritual. It's kind of theatrical, It's an event. So that's one of my things. And another thing is, going along with ritual, the church. The church is really what kills theater, but it's also what's brought it back so many times. Because it initially killed the Greek theater, if I remember correctly. The Catholic Church is what killed the Greek theater, but then installed its own plays, like memory plays and miracle plays, and there's a third category that I don't recall right now, that portrayed the life of Christ, and the Bible verses and things. So the people that really wanted to get rid of theater are the ones that keep bringing it back, which I find very interesting. And at this point, it can't die. Like, it may dwindle down to little bits and things here and there, but people will always have the ritual aspect, and theater will never truly die, I personally think, but it may have to be reborn, because it's been compressed to something so small as people doing little things out in villages and small rural areas. So I personally don't think it will ever die, but which is why it's still around. People, it's an act of the people. It's not upper class. Anyone can do it. Not anyone can do it well, but anyone can do it. And therefore, as repressed as we get, it won't ever completely vanish from our society. So, that's my opinion on it all. Going on the other topic, what's my most memorable theatrical experience? It doesn't really have to do with the stage, per se, like working on a show. It was my junior year of high school, partway through, I think, or towards the last show, because we only do 2 in high school. We do 2 shows a year. That year it was the straight play in the fall, like always, and the musical in the spring, because we do a musical and a 1-act off and on. So it was the straight play and the musical year, and my friend had drugged me in for that year to work on the theater, or to work with Stage 32, which was the group, what we were called. And she was the lighting person, and I didn't help her with lighting on the first show, really. I mean, I called her cues for her, and I helped her a little bit, but mainly I worked on building the set and setting up the TV monitors. We did 1984. That's why I love that show. It was the first show I worked on in high school. So I helped her more with lights on the musical, kind of. And basically, she said to me, so since I'm graduating a year early and going to France, you're in charge next year. I was like, oh really? Yay! I don't know what I'm doing. I had never done lights ever, really. I didn't know what I was doing. She had just drugged me in that year. That show was really the only time I had worked with her. So it was like, I don't know what to do with myself. So that was a little freaky. And as well, that year, the person who helped us with tech left. He was a student teacher, and he left to go to a different school. So I had no help that year. And I kind of freaked out a little bit. But the first show kind of sucked a lot. It was really terrible. And the second show was the one-act festival. And I think I did a pretty good job. I mean, that was just a general wash. And I did have some help from the student teacher. He was the tech judge for the regional part of the one-act festival. So he helped it out. He helped us out because we hosted the festival. So my lights were what everyone used. And he helped me out a lot there. So that's one of my most memorable experiences. I have a proposal for all of you. I mean, I talked about rituals earlier in this video. What are some of your rituals? I mean, I think my strangest one is, as I said, when I walk next to people, I have to be on their left side or I feel really, really uncomfortable. So, what are some of your quirky rituals, things that just make you feel better? And look at that. This should be uploaded before tomorrow, so that's always good. So yeah, Lisa, we'll see you tomorrow.